This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for May 11th, 2023. It's currently April 9th, 2023, 12:07 a.m. Eastern Time. And the shuffle file we're about to play was created on February 26, 2023 at 5:41 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this file right here. The overall theme of behavior, there's an important resistance level that's highlighted, and usually there's a lot of price change either moving into it, coming out of it, or both. But a lot of the time there's an opportunity there in the midst of that price, that wide price change, to position oneself in both directions often, or play a trade in both directions. But we'll see when we get into it. Behavior on the highest high. Out of the highest high, there's a period of volatility and a sharp drop that stands out in that period of volatility. Behavior on the lowest low. Out of a decline, there's a notable move on a one-day chart from the bottom of a range all the way to the top of a range. And I'm advised to trade around a notable move higher, standing out on a one-day chart. There's a couple trades in here. Few trades. Before we go any further, guys, just want to remind you all the purpose of the channel. All you beautiful people out there following the rule of karma, I call you guys my angel investors. You're paying 5% of the profits back to the channel, keep the channel going, putting all the free content out there. 5% of the profits forward to one of these charities. That leaves you with 90% of the profits to spend how you wish. Just make sure you spend it out of love, and the universe will send it back to you tenfold in all directions, my friends. That's the unwritten rule of the channel. All right, so we open higher in the pre-market. There's a rally that ends in the pre-market. Maybe either ends in the pre-market and then we're back into bullish behavior around the open, or the rally ends at the open. But there's a key resistance level highlighted there in the first hour and a half, probably closer to the open. But between like the open and let's say 11 o'clock, probably closer to the open though, probably almost around the open, there's a key resistance level there, and a lot of price change. Looks like probably to the downside, from a day's high there. We have a significant move to the downside, reaching a day's low around probably 11 or 12 o'clock, somewhere around there. And so there's a trade opportunity at that key resistance level there at the open to open up a short position or close a long position from the prior day, open up a short position, and you could close that short position in the midst of a day's low there around between 11 and 12-ish, somewhere in there. You could also, around that same time of closing the short position, open up a long position and close that long position at the end of the day. It looks like there's probably a pretty big move at the end of the day. So either there's a significant move to the upside from the bottom of a range to the top of a range right here, like around 12 o'clock, or there's one at the end of the day, or both, but it happens out of the low. So at midday, there's a period of sideways rotation and a sharp dip that stands out in that period of sideways rotation. There's some price swinging between, let's say, 12:30 and 2. Some price swinging, both down and like to the downside and then to the upside and then back to the downside. It looks like we may have another significant low after a decline that increases with the momentum around the 2 o'clock hour. We have a significant low probably around 2:45-ish, 3 o'clock. And then there's a rally to meet a key resistance level in the last hour. And if we do see another significant low or a lowest, it's like, let's say we see a lowest low here around 3 o'clock hour, that would be a good indication that in the last hour we're going to see a big move to the upside and possibly see another high or see that same price level at the end of the day again. But we'd be in overbought territory, an overbought crest or peak at the close or around the close that we sell off through multiple support levels in the post market. Looks like we open lower in the following day as well, with like a rally out of a lower open and then a breakdown of that rally with a breakdown through significant support level on a one-day scale. In any case, that's May 11th for 2023. Don't forget to follow that rule of karma, my friends. Blessings. I'll see you guys on the next one.